and saying hi. I'll leave that chat up so we can see it through. Well, gang, I'm going to go ahead and get going here. I do like to wait a few minutes. This is the first time. I'm really excited to be live again. So thank you for those of you that came. We got a few people here online. We got a few people live. So good combination. This is my first time doing a dual broadcast. So even though I'm the tech guru, bear with me if we have some tech things today since this is all new. But yeah, exciting times to get people back in the office today. So for those of you online or that I haven't been able to meet yet, my name is David Satterfield. I'm the Director of Technology here at KW Consultants. I've been here almost a year now. And prior to that, I was at CB Richard Ellis for about 17 years. And I ran the marketing department over there, about a 3-person team for about 13 years, helping out all our local brokers, doing, same things I'm doing here, marketing, social media. I did a lot of press releases and PR over there with some other stuff, digital media, digital advertising, things like that. And then my last 5 years there, I moved up to our national corporate team. So I got to do kind of the same thing, but help on a bigger scale with the agents and work with our branding team as well, which was pretty awesome. So as far as social media, I have been here since pretty much the gambit. To date myself, I'm about to turn 53 years old. So I know Heather and I had some conversations about old school stuff back in the day. So I've been around since like MySpace and, when AOL was the thing, when you'd have to dial in on your modem. Yeah, so somebody emailed me today too, and they had an AOL.com account. I'm like, wow, they're still around. This is kind of where my technology passion came from, just being steeped into that. And I was in the Navy. I was a nuclear engineer on submarines for 13 years. So I've always loved engineering and technical stuff. And so this has just been a great year for me here at KW Consultants. So, we're kind of kicking off our summer series. And again, excited to be live again. And so as I was planning out, what are we going to do in these summer sessions? I really wanted to kind of break the mold and get outside of what we've normally done. And I've actually have taught a lot of social media classes, but I put a survey on our KW Consultants Facebook page last month and just asked everybody, hey, coming up for summer, what are your #1 requests for training? Thank you to everybody who chimed in on that. I appreciate that. And social media, the #1 and #3, social media ads, social media posting. How do I get better on social media? So it's still in high demand, and we're going to talk about why it's so important. We're going to get into some command stuff. We'll do a little bit of technical stuff. But before we do that, I just want to kind of have a discussion about social media in general, why it's important, and some other things. We'll talk about some statistics and things like that. For those of you that are right brain people, you guys will love that. For you that are left brain, please wait till the creative stuff shows up. Trying to cater to everybody here. Let me go ahead and, my mouse is all froze up. Let me go ahead and maximize the screen here. So for a little bit, we're just going to bounce through some slides. Let me shrink this stuff down so I can actually see it. So yes, welcome to Social Media 101. So just to go through some basic statistics about social media, it's been around since about mid-90s or so. These stats that I'm about to throw out, these are literally the current stats from the World Wide Web Consortium. If you ever go ahead and look up like the WWC, WW3, things like that, they're the ones that keep track of everything about the internet that you could ever want to know. So these stats are updated since July 4th. So this is like the most recent statistics that we have out there right now. So as of right now, we have more than 3.5 billion active social media users in the world today, okay? There's about 50 million small businesses that are using Facebook pages to currently connect with their customers. And obviously here at KW Consultants, that's a huge thing that people want to do. Not just build out their Facebook page if you're a solo agent or if you're on a team, obviously, but to reach out to people that are using Facebook because there's such a huge pool and sometimes even untapped markets. According to 90% of the marketers, their social media marketing efforts have increased the exposure of their businesses, and 75% say that they've increased traffic. So that could be to your social media sites, your websites as well. 71% of consumers who have had a good experience on social media with a brand are likely to recommend that brand to other people. You guys always hear it, and I believe it's true, that word of mouth is the most powerful marketing tool that you can have. A recommendation from one person to another person is gold in somebody's book because they don't have to worry about the trust issue. I buy cameras all the time. I love action cameras. I travel a lot. So I love Sony. I love, the GoPro brand. And just 2 years ago, I branched out and I was considering a different brand from an unknown company. that I never heard of. So what do? I'm like most people. I started doing research, looking online, looking at reviews. But the most important thing, finally found a friend who would use it. And he's like, dude, buy this camera. It's going to blow you away. And I did. And the camera did blow me away, by the way. It's called a Rilo. It's a 360 camera. And I've taken on a couple ski trips, and it's absolutely amazing. So if you love cameras and 360 and action stuff, hit me up. We'll have a whole other conversation. 21% of consumers are more likely to buy from brands that they can reach on social media. It's become such a vehicle for people to reach out on, not just shopping on Amazon.com or eBay, but through their social media, because people are spending so much time on there already every day. And again, you can get those personal recommendations from your friends or your contacts as well, okay? 74% of consumers share video content from brands on their social media. We'll talk about some of the most common questions that I get in social media. I've got a slide for that, but one of them is, what do I post? What kind of content should I put out there? Well, we always say that content is king, okay? It's kind of a generic phrase. What does it really mean? Well, really, the quality of your content matters, okay? But when you're looking and you're trying to differentiate yourself, I don't know if any of you or maybe some of the people online went to the Ken Pozek training. He's a KW consultant. He moved, I believe it was from Michigan. I can't believe I just said that word. I'm a Buckeye fan. So sorry, Ochi. Down to Florida, Orlando, Florida. He didn't know a soul when he got down there. And he was really just wanting to engage in digital marketing. So he went, he put TV ads and radio ads and was doing all the social media stuff and just really wasn't getting any traction. And Ken said, you know what? Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody's watching Vimeo, right? TikTok is now taking off with the new generation. Companies are just really getting on board with that. So he started a YouTube channel down there, and now he is killing it. Barely 2-3 years later, his team's pulling in millions of dollars, expanding. He does a lot of fun videos. Some of them don't even have anything to do with real estate, but he's making himself a subject matter expert on the city of Orlando. And now he's literally like kind of a local celebrity. There's one of his videos I was watching, and literally he's in a luxury neighborhood, just walking around looking at houses, talking about the market. Some guy drives by in an Escalade and he goes, hey, you're that real estate YouTube guy, right? Like, he didn't know his name, but he knew exactly who it was, okay? So video, great content if you can get into that. And the exciting thing is Command, our in-house CRM and our software program, is starting to branch out and doing video stuff, which we're going to talk about a little bit today. So exciting times right now. The last thing here, 80% of social marketers say their key strategy is to increase their engagement across all social media channels, okay? We've got people in our office who are just getting started on social media. We've got some that have been doing it for a little while. We've got some that have been doing it for years. Some are hitting it right, some are hitting it wrong. We'll talk about tips on what you can do to increase your engagement, okay? Just a few more statistics here. More than half of the world population, we mentioned that 3.2 billion uses social media today. Oh, by the way, I know Heather's probably back there writing frantically right now. If anybody wants this slideshow, just email me afterwards. I'll send them your slideshow. I totally appreciate taking notes, helps retain. But if you guys would like these, I'll be happy to share them with you, okay? The active number of global mobile social media users is 3.3 billion. So not only are we on social media, but we moved away from desktop computers and laptop like in front of me, even tablets and whatnot. But most people are doing things on their phone now. Some exciting things about KW is we're working on a Command mobile. So hopefully soon, I would hope by the end of the year, they'll have that so that you can do all that on your phone now, not even have to use your computer. And also Gary Keller, with his influence on DocuSign, is pushing for them to get their mobile app out as well. So we're hoping within 6 months, a year, you're going to be totally mobile on your phone with anything that you need to do, whether it's command related, compliance related. That's going to be a good day for Keller Williams, gang. Okay. Here's some differences in social media based on the generation usage. This should not be a surprise to anybody because they were raised on it. 90.4% of millennials are using social media platforms, and probably across the board on multiple ones. They seem to be the ones that jump on the newer technology and leave the old stuff behind. So if you remember, or if you've seen the movie, The Social Network, Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook as a college thing. You had to have at first a harvard.edu email address to even get on it, and then it expanded out to other colleges. And so I think the kids, they thought it was the worst thing in the world. We thought it was the best thing in the world when they released it to the general public, right? Usually it's your grown from kids when it's like, oh, my mom is on Instagram now. you know. But for the rest of the world, that's great for us, but also for businesses as well. Okay. We've got 77.5% of our Gen Xers are on there, and 48.2% of baby boomers are on there, okay, on social media. A typical user, and this is the average of all those generations, is present on almost 9 social media platforms. There's so many. I know Heather did yeah, right? Crazy, right? I'm thinking I can barely keep up with Facebook and Instagram and maybe LinkedIn on the professional side, right? So keep that in mind, gang. That doesn't mean like you have a YouTube channel and you're publishing, but you probably have a YouTube account and you're consuming video content, or TikTok or Pinterest or some of those other things, okay? And also, this is a big one. Internet users will spend more than 1/3 of their time online. Okay, this is of everything they do. Researching, you know, products, consumer goods, shopping online became even more huge thing during COVID, obviously, not just for stuff, but for your groceries too. I mean, we bought a lot of our groceries online. You go to Walmart and Sam's Club, or, you know, Aldi's, and they just bring it out to your car. So a lot of increase in usage, but over 1/3 of that is social media time. So 3.3 billion people, 1/3 of their time, that's a lot of time people are spending on social media platforms, okay? So in the time that I've been here at KW, these are some of the more common questions that I've received. Hang on, gang, I just want to check real quick. Make sure, okay, just want to make sure we didn't have anybody else trying to come into the room. So I get questions all the time. You know, I do onboarding training, tech one-on-one sessions with people to either help them with or get them started on their social media. And these are probably the top 5 questions that I get from everybody here at the office, okay? The first thing is, what social media platforms should I be active on? So for those of you that are here in the room, could some of you just kind of chime in on which ones that you guys are on?
Facebook.
Facebook is a common one, okay. Any other ones? Instagram, okay.
LinkedIn.
What's that?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, great for professional stuff, right? Building your professional network, okay.
I just started using the TikTok.
TikTok, okay, getting some, and guys, I gotta tell you, if you haven't watched her yet, okay, I think Susan Pierce, I'm gonna name names, in our office, I think she just got her new listing, congrats on that. But she's been doing TikTok videos, and I'll tell you, if you watch them, they're cute as heck, man, and they're real estate related. She's doing good, right? And so one of the things you're gonna notice that things have changed is the way that you market yourself. You know, you used to do what I call the shotgun approach, and you kind of put something out there, whether it's an online ad or a print ad, and you kind of just like a shotgun, you shoot it out there and you hope you hit something, right? Well, things have changed. The way that I like to relate it is, if you as a realtor, now that COVID's opening back up, we're doing live events and things, right? One of the things that we'll probably start seeing happen around town and around the globe again is things like networking events, okay? If you're ever into doing things like that, Columbus has a great network of things that they do. Networking at night, if you've ever done any of that stuff. I know Brew Pub, I affiliate with them because they are veteran owned, and being a veteran, I try and associate myself with the business. They do a lot of great networking events. So what I tell everybody is, you would never ever walk into a networking event and just have your stack of business cards, walk around and just hand everybody a card and walk right out the door, right? If somebody did that to me, boom, right in the trash can. I'm not even I don't even know who that guy was, okay? So really, it's about first creating and then maintaining and garnishing a relationship with your audience. And with social media, what we call your sphere of influence, if you ever hear the term SOI, a lot of acronyms and stuff, that's your sphere of influence. That has grown probably exponentially from people that you knew in real time, you know, when we didn't have the internet and social media, from your close group of family and friends, to now. I think my travel blog, I've got over 2,500 viewers on that. On Instagram, I think I'm about the same. On Facebook, I don't have personal conversations with these people, but I've got 5,000 people minimum. That's not even my LinkedIn or other things, that are at least keeping an eye on what David's doing and what David's up to. So the way that marketing has changed is what we refer to as influencer marketing now, okay? You're trying to influence people to engage you or watch you. Maybe one of the best things you can do, of course, is to put out things of value to your clients. You know, here's a white paper, here's you know, neighborhood snapshots, statistics, demographics, etc. So what social media, back to the original question, what social media platform should I be on? Sorry, guys, can't take calls during training. I'm going to give you a couple of answers to that, and And to answer that question, let me shift gears here, get out of that. My question to you would be, what social media platforms does Command connect to? Command is our CRM that, right, it integrates everything, our marketing, our social media, our designs and everything. So to look at that, I'm in Command right now. And I'm gonna go up here on the top right where I always say my mug shot, my headshot. I've never had a mug shot, thankfully. No bars or stripes on my shirts. So I'll go up there and click on that arrow that gives our command menu. I'm gonna click on settings. And just so you can see what you have available here at KW, okay? So one of the things that Gary Keller was trying to do when he created Command was create a platform that one individual solo agent could use for everything. You don't have to go and use another CRM for database and contact management. You don't have to go do another company or a vendor for email stuff or newsletters or designs, social media, web pages, etc. So one of the things they did is they integrated social media in with it, which is great. So you don't even, as a business person, as a realtor, as long as you've got a business page, right? This is not your personal pages, but these are your business pages, okay? Your realtor page or your team page, okay? Whichever or both that you might have set up. So you'll notice I can connect in Command to Facebook for post scheduling. That's just your regular post, right? We just had 4th of July. Who posted a 4th of July? Anyone? Happy 4th of July, okay? A couple of us. Anybody on? Checking. Trying to see the chatter, raising hands. Don't see anybody in here. Okay, so a couple of us did. Other things, your regular holidays. That's one example. We have what I refer to as Hallmark holidays now. Bless you. You get all these holidays. I don't know who's making these things up, but it's like it was National Donut Day about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? You got National Dog Lovers Day. National Taco Day, one of my favorites, obviously. Tequila Day, whatever the case may be. And these, one of the questions I get is, what should I be posting? It's like, well, these are things that you can post, again, for that attraction marketing. So the post scheduling, that's one thing you can do here in Command. So it's on Facebook. So what platform should I be on? I would be on Facebook if I were you, okay? Again, we're not talking about your personal account. We're talking about a business realtor page or a team page, okay? Same thing if I scroll down below, Facebook, we do ads managers, okay? So you can do Facebook ads from within Command for lead generation. Okay, the post scheduling is great to attract and maintain an audience and to get engagement, right? Just like when you're at that networking event, how are you going to get to know people? You start a conversation, right? I always tell everybody, I don't start the fire, just throw a log on it and I keep it going, and that's really what we're trying to do here. So we've got engagement via post scheduling. You've got lead generation to bring in new clients or new potential clients through ads manager. So right there, I would say Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, on the business side, you are doing yourself a disservice right now, okay? Twitter is the other main social media that Command connects to directly. So you can do post scheduling, just like with Facebook, with Twitter via Command, and you can also do ads on Twitter as well. The great thing about this ads manager for Facebook is that Facebook owns Instagram. I don't know if everybody knew that or not, okay? Facebook, big announcement, Facebook owns Instagram. Mark Zuckerberg owns Instagram also, okay? Still a totally different platform, but the great thing about that is when you do your Facebook ads via Command, there's a checkbox there. You can also post this on Instagram. So it's almost like getting like double bang for your advertising buck, okay, if you do a Facebook ad. And Facebook ads are not expensive. You can run these things for $5, $10, $20, specify them in geographic regions, specify them by, categories, real estate, investing, travel properties, whatever the case may be, vacation homes, etc. Okay. So Facebook and Twitter, I would say at a minimum, those are great ones to be on. Now, some people are not on Twitter. I will admit to you guys, I am not on Twitter. I know Heather heard my spiel before. When I was over at CB Richard Ellis, I ran our Twitter account for 13 years. And no offense to him, but between that and Donald Trump, I'm done with Twitter. I will never tweet again as long as I live. That's just me, okay? Just my personal preference. Does not mean there's not value in that platform. There absolutely is, okay? So, but again, back to that original question, what platform should I be on? Command will integrate with Facebook and with Twitter for posts and for ads, and you can mirror those ads, those Facebook ads on Instagram. So at a minimum, those would be ones that I'm looking at, okay? So the other cool thing about Command is if I go over here, right, I'll turn on our menus here so we can see the names of all the navigation links. Down here, about 8 or 9 applets down, you've got this design studio. Okay, some of you may have tinkered around with that or actually done things with it here in Command. I'm going to do one. Let's. Whoa, did they do an update? They sure did. Interesting. All right, I'm going to log in and just do a social media post just so I can take you to the what we call the We Brand library. This is where all of our Keller Williams templates are for everything, for social media, for print, for trifolds, for all your different stuff. Okay, we are well over 1,500 templates now. I know that there's people in the office, they enjoy using Canva. It's very user friendly. I'll be honest with you, I use Canva sometimes when I make my training advertisements, etc. But the great thing about the We Brand library, it's already branded to real estate, it's already branded to KW, so you don't have to do that. Excuse me, guys. Ooh, sorry, talking all day, you get dehydrated, okay? So the great thing I want to show about this is, let's say I'm going to go over here to the listing areas. You know, one of the more common things, maybe you get, every agent's going to get this at some point, hopefully, right? Just listed, okay? I want to do some just listed stuff on social media, okay? So again, back to the question, what platform should I be on? Well, let's look up here at the very top. It tells you there's multiple formats for your social media templates, okay? So social wide, when I click on that, it's going to tell me this wide format is used on Twitter and Facebook ads and LinkedIn ads. Okay, now remember, command does not integrate directly with LinkedIn yet. But anything that that's the other advantage of this We Brand library, any of the graphics that you make here out of the templates, you can download these to your hard drive and you can upload them to the other social media platforms exactly as you posted to Facebook or Twitter within command. So I can mirror and be consistent across my social media platforms by grabbing the same things I did here, download a copy, and then I'll just go manually put that on, you know, Instagram or LinkedIn, you know, to keep up my professional stuff. You'll see social squares up here as well. Those are for Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, okay? Stories, these are the stories are on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're actually on LinkedIn now. They just started that, I think, late last year. And they're temporary posts. They only show up for 24 hours and then they disappear, okay? And what's that?
No, sorry, I was talking to myself.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
I can check on it.
So people ask all the time, why would I even want to bother posting to the stories? You know, if I do a post, I want it to be there. I want it in my feed. I want my friends to be able to see it. Well, gang, Facebook, and now that you know Instagram is owned by Facebook, they all social media uses what's called an algorithm. And you've probably heard that term before when it comes to social media, okay? What they do is when you post on a social media, they have this very complicated algorithm, this formula basically, and it determines who gets to see your posts. So I mentioned over 2,500 followers on my Instagram, almost 2,500 friends on Facebook, right? Everybody doesn't see my posts. And some people have heard of this on Facebook. Some people will post about it, right? And remind people, hey, on Facebook, only 25 to 30 of your friends immediately see your post when you put it out there. Now, this is not on your business page, okay? I'm talking about your personal page, right? On your business page, everybody that's on there will be able to see your stuff. But on the personal stuff, it uses this algorithm, okay? What it does then, because it doesn't want to put it out to everybody just yet, it wants to see what's popular, what gains traction. And remember, they are looking at Facebook and social media users as consumers. You got to remember that, okay? You may have a business page on there, but you are serving Facebook by drawing crowds to you, okay? So they want to know where's their traction, where's their popularity, what's good content that people are using and sharing with other people. That's the key, right? So what they're going to do is and you've seen this before, I'm sure. I've posted things before that really mattered to me, maybe a heartfelt thing about, you know, just what's going on in my head or whatever, right? And then I'll post something about a dog, you know, silly dog video. My dog video takes off. My friends are just blowing it up. They're making comments. It's funny. They're sharing it, blah, blah, blah. I get a couple of comments and some likes over on my heartfelt thing. And I'm thinking, seriously, are my friends and family that shallow? Okay. They might be, I don't know that, but I hope not. But what's happening is the other one got more popular quicker. And I hate to say, but the popular kid in the class is going to get moved up to the front of the class. So what happens is when Facebook and Instagram, they see that algorithm, you start getting likes, start getting loves, you start getting comments, you start commenting back. Yeah, right now there's a conversation going, right? Between you and people that are on your post. People start sharing that post out there. They're going to pick that up and they're going to allow it to be more viewable to more people now because it's popular, it's trending, right? For that term before, it's blowing up and Facebook says, this is cool stuff. This is good for us, right? Thanks, Heather, for that great dog video. We're going to put it out to more people now. And that's what they do, okay? So that's the algorithm. Well, these stories, this is the whole point to talk about this. these stories that disappear within 24 hours, they get outside the algorithm. Okay, it's not only your normal Facebook posts and your Instagram posts that stay within that algorithm. And I challenge each and every one of you, those of you online, I want you guys doing the same thing tonight for homework, okay? So take a post that you're gonna put on Facebook, do it on your personal one so you can really see the difference, right? Not on your business one for the homework, but post something tonight. No matter what it is, could be an inspirational quote, could be a cool video you found on YouTube, whatever the case may be, put it on your regular Facebook page, your personal page, okay, just for practice. Take that same exact post and post it as a story that gets outside that algorithm, okay? Give it its 24 hours, and I guarantee you, if you have not done this before, you're gonna be shocked. At the end of the 24 hours, when you can go and you can see the stats on these stories, you're gonna go, holy cow, I haven't talked to James in a year. I didn't even know he was on Facebook still, but he's checking out my stuff. Because Facebook got to outside of that algorithm and you just reached a wider audience, even though they're still your friends and family, right? Facebook puts it out to more people and they're checking out all your stuff. From that interaction on your story, they could possibly bounce over to the algorithm for your regular posts. People that you weren't seeing interaction with, maybe even for years, could start showing up on your regular Facebook stuff. And that's maybe why you start saying, it's like, oh my gosh, I see Joe over here now. All of a sudden he's blowing up my Facebook, but he hadn't been there in a while. But hey, it's good to see him again, right? That's what you can do on the stories, okay?
And those can be posted simultaneously now
Absolutely.
from Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
With one click of a button.
Yeah, and the cool thing is if you're on like Instagram, if you have a business page on Instagram, you can actually take that and mirror your same story post to your Facebook story as well. Yeah, absolutely. You can put them at the same time. All right. So sorry, guys, that's a lot to skew off and talk about that, but that was a big discussion about what social media platforms should I be active on. I would say at a minimum, especially because we talked about the Facebook stats, get on Facebook. It integrates with the command, both for posts, both for advertising and for Instagram advertising. But as far as the other one goes, it's totally up to you. But here's the other thing. If you're not on the other social media channels, don't worry about it. Let me show you one more thing here in command. Okay, once again, I'm going to go over to the top right where our command menu is, my mugshot there. I'm going to click on that arrow and go to settings. And hopefully all of you, if you have not done this yet, this is your other homework assignment for tonight. Over on the left-hand side, you've got general settings, command settings, and connect settings. I'm going to click on that arrow, and under connect settings, you're going to see your command marketing profile. If you have not done this or not checked it in a while, please make sure you come in here and check your marketing profile, okay? Any of this marketing stuff that you can do in command, whether it's a smart plan for reaching out to your clients, social media graphics and posts, your agent websites, landing pages, okay, that you can use for specialty uses, social media ads, etc. If you were to go and make those one-on-one, you constantly be retyping in a lot of your common information, right? Name, phone number, address, all that. Your marketing profile is set up to capture all that information for you. And then anytime you do any of the marketing stuff in command, it'll just pull all that information. Great time saver, okay? So some of the stuff that you can use here, I won't go through everything. I'm here to talk about the social media stuff, but your photos, your team logos, your contact information, there's a brief bio, etc. I'm going to scroll down here past the market center and the compliance stuff. There's an area right here for social media links, okay? So what I tell everybody is you don't have to be on every social media channel, okay? I'll talk about which ones, some other factors, which is why you should be on some. But we already said Facebook, probably the big contender for businesses, right? So I would put your Facebook one on there for sure, okay? Your realtor site. Now, I mentioned before, I don't use Twitter anymore, okay? I'm off of Twitter, will never be on Twitter again. I've got my Instagram handle over here. I don't have a personal YouTube, but KW Consultants does. I help manage that with Angela, right? And LinkedIn, most people are on there as well. So LinkedIn's a great one if you're on there. Start working on being consistently posting on that, just like your Facebook, right? But if you're not on Twitter, it's okay to go ahead and put in a web address there for like KWRI for the corporate page, or like the YouTube channel. If you want to go again more hyper local, put the one for KW Consultants on there. The advantage of that is when you make all those marketing things, one of the things it adds is all the links to your social media sites. So it's good to show that you have a high social media presence, but you don't even have to maintain the KWRI and the YouTube one. We're doing that in the background for you guys, right? I always tell everybody we're like the scrubbing bubbles, right? We work hard so you don't have to. That's one of my mottos anyway. But again, getting back to what channels you should be on, if you're not on the other ones, at least put the corporate channels here or the local channels in your command marketing profile, okay? All right, back to our PowerPoint. How often should I post? There's really no concrete answer to this. I can't tell you, Heather, post 4 times a week and your business is gonna triple. Okay, if I could predict stuff like that, I'd be making a lot more money than I am right now, okay? So how often should I post? Well, you should post consistently is the best thing that I can tell you, okay? What does consistent look like for you? Well, I don't know your schedule. We have a lot of solo agents here. Some of them are full-time realtors. Some of them, they have a full-time job and the real estate's a part-time gig, okay? And they're trying to build up to getting that to full-time, all right? I bring that up because they may not have a lot of time, all right? Time is a precious commodity, probably our most valuable commodity. We have a lot of teams in the office, obviously, okay? Some of those teams or most of those teams have an admin or a marketing person that can help with this stuff, okay? So I would say post consistently. What does consistently for you mean? Well, you need to figure that out. But I can tell you right now, we just looked at some statistics. There's 3.3 billion people spending 1/3 of their online time on social media, minimum. So I would find a schedule that works for you. Okay, if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if that works for you with the rest of your, real estate schedule, then go with that. If you can literally get in there and post every single day, if you've got time to do that, that's great too. But find some consistency on at least your biggest channel. If Facebook is going to be your biggest channel, I would say focus on that for now. Don't even worry about the other ones. Get consistent on Facebook. But keep in mind, like we mentioned with the WeBrand library, all those templates, you can download the graphics. So really, if I was just on Facebook and then LinkedIn, because that's my professional network, I would post from Facebook via command, and then I would download that graphic and I just go manually post it on LinkedIn. Now I've got 2 consistent channels going and 2 audience that are seeing me feed, posts out there, putting in information, hopefully putting in like articles that are of, relation to real estate. I know Lorraine Hetherington, she's fantastic. She's been getting into video also. I see her stuff and it's like watching that HGTV channel, right? Where, hey, today we're going to talk about cleaning out your cupboards, or we're going to purge your closet, or here's something to that effect. And that's great content. That it's real estate related, but it's more homeowner stuff, right? And it's okay to do that stuff, okay? So how often should you post? Post on a regular basis, okay? Post consistently. I'm going to bounce back to command, and because I told you to do that, I want to give you the tool to help you post consistently. All right, so once again, I'm going to go down to command, about 7 applets down here. We've got our campaigns, excuse me, navigation link, looks like a little megaphone. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And if you look up at the top, we're in the dashboard right now for the campaigns, but we've got paid ads, email email campaigns. We can do direct mail campaigns. Believe it or not, people put out print stuff still, I guarantee you. And then social posts. I'm going to come over here to social posts and just show you. Let's say I woke up on Saturday morning, kind of a not a boring morning, but I got some free time for the first time in a while, right? Just drinking my coffee, waking up to the world, etc. But I still work on the weekends. I'm still business minded. And if I were to come in here and look at this, I would be able to see that command has a social media weekly calendar for you that you can fill in. So if I wake up on a Saturday, I could start filling in. See, now we're on Wednesday right now, right? So I've got no post for the last few days, but for the rest of my week, Thursday, create a social post, Friday, create a social post, Saturday, create a social post. So if I woke up on Saturday, this whole week would have been available to me, right? Okay. And this is what I love showing people. A lot of people don't even know that we have a social media calendar that you can start filling up. You don't have to just post right in the moment. You can schedule it out and do it ahead of time. So when you find a free pocket of time, start putting stuff in here. Let me show you over here on the calendar. It shows you up here in the calendar, actual calendar format. If I go over to the right where it says week, I can actually pull that down, and I can pull it down. I can schedule this out for the month if I wanted to. Okay. So where do you get that content from? Right? That's a great question. Where do I get the content from? Is the next obvious answer. That's great, David, but what do I put there? Okay. And ironically, right? Next question. What should I post about? Okay. So awesome. I love it when you have good participation. All right. So here's the first place you can come to look. When I first came to this campaign area, you're in the dashboard and you have a section here called quick posts. Okay. These are updated by KWI on a regular basis. And they, remember I mentioned they're starting to do video content. They haven't dove in all the way yet, but man, it's coming, okay? And so one of the things that they have on here is a neighborhood video, okay? Hopefully, I don't know if those of you guys online can hear this or not. I'm gonna just play through it. Just watch the video part itself. Probably not gonna have sound on there, yeah. All right, but it has a neighborhood in there. It's a professional animation that KWRI made, and it's got some statistics in there that you can put in for the neighborhood, and you personalize this video. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second here, and you can then go post this around Facebook. You can post it on your personal page. You can post it on. Here's what I love getting the wide jaws. You can post it on your business pages. I guarantee you, in the city of Columbus, go to Facebook and start joining the networking groups, right? Dublin networking, Hilliard networking, Powell networking, Westerville networking. Look for the group. I guarantee you they're there because I am on every single one of them. Those groups have anywhere from 3,000 to 18,000 people in each group. So in total, well over 200, 300,000 people in the Columbus area. And what are they doing? They're having discussions about local businesses, small businesses. Here's cool stuff in our neighborhood, okay? So me, if I were an agent, I would probably at least on a weekly basis start making these neighborhood videos and punching them out there to different Facebook pages. Again, this video, you can create it and you can download it. You can go put this on LinkedIn. You can go put it on your Instagram, right? You just download the video and then re-upload it again as an original, okay? So to make this video, there's a little arrow here on all these quick posts. You notice there's a little arrow on the bottom right, over here on the other ones with the photos, a little arrow, okay? I'm going to click on this, and I won't go through the whole thing, but I want you to see that you can do it, all right? So my wife and I, our family, we live out in Hilliard. I know that I'm looking for a neighborhood, so I know Hilliard Rome Road, you know, that's kind of our neighborhood. So I can scroll through there, boom, there it is, Hilliard Rome, all right? I select my neighborhood, click on next. This is to make the video for you, okay? All those stats that popped up in the video, average home prices are on the rise, or on, you know, going down. What's the average price per square foot? Homes for sale. You can edit all of that information. Okay, so this could be based on you. You can put in what the MLS is in there. You can say, hey, this is what I have available, or my team has available, etc. Average days on the market. It's even got, if you caught it in the video, there were some like highlights of the neighborhood, like dog parks or organized sports, things like that. You can choose up to 3 of them on this video. Now there's 3 there now, so to put a new one, I'd have to X one out, like Hops and Brews. There's a lot of that in Columbus, but I don't think Hilliard is necessarily Hops and Brews place. So I'm going to click on X. And when I click on this down arrow, here's all these different things that I can put in here, right? Anything with family, yeah, friendly community, boom, Hilliard's definitely family friendly, right? So same thing down below, there's your agent information. Notice it's already filled in. Why? Because I filled up my marketing profile. That's that time-saving tip we we're talking about, right? There's my headshot, there's all my information, okay? And then same thing with the market center, there's all my market center info, also from my marketing profile, okay? So I would create that video, and when I do, I can do a couple different things. I can post it right then. I can post it later, right? Remember the social media calendar that we have, it'll let you select a date and a time that it goes out, or I can just save it for later, and then I can download the video to go put it on LinkedIn or Instagram and do that mirroring, right? Getting consistent across your channels, okay? So that's one of the places that you can come and get some content if you're just wondering what content you should put, or you want to post on a day that you normally don't, but hey, I only have so many listings or open houses. What on earth am I going to put, okay? These other quick posts that are over here, these are other great sources for you that are pre-made real estate social media posts that KWRI has put together, okay? During COVID, again, they update these on a regular basis. So I know during COVID, they had things like how to do a safe move during COVID, okay? There's things in there about your credit score. Hey, have you checked your credit score lately? Because what's a huge factor in buying a home? Credit score, right? So you can look at, it only shows 2 down here because video always takes up that left space. But if I click on this shuffle button over here on the upper right, and it'll start just cycling through some of these different ones. You see the pictures changing, okay? Got a piece of property on the back burner, you know, great time to sell property right now, etc. Calling all empty nesters, trying to turn that extra square footage into extra income, etc.
Are there pictures and videos, or is that just
The only video is over on the left-hand side.
Okay.
And as of now, there's only the one, but they're working on making some other ones. Yeah, good question. Yeah, so getting on, for those of you online, there's only the one video on the left. The 2 placeholders on the right are there for the print stuff, okay? So, man. So I could shuffle through those, but again, the same way to create that, the little arrow down on the bottom, I would click on that and it would literally just launch me into, here we go, creating a social media post, okay? And again, we have a whole other class around how to do these and go through the templates, the graphics. But I do want to point out down here at the bottom is that scheduler, right? I can post it now, schedule a post or post immediately. And when I click on this calendar, there's my calendar, check this out. Okay, whoops, I went past it, sorry. You can see the dates are grayed out. You can actually post up to a year in advance. Okay, up to a year in advance. So that scheduler, I hope, would come in handy. So here's a great thing to do. Take a weekend and create graphics for all your holidays for the rest of the year. Schedule them on a post, okay? You're done. You don't have to worry about holiday posts anymore, okay? The WeBrand library that I showed you over here for designs, right? Talk about what should I post. Let's go back there again for a second. I'll do a social media post, okay? And down on the very bottom, right, all your different categories, your folders are over here, listings, etc. New designs right here. Now, come on now. Of course, it's going to give the tech director problems when we're having a class. Yeah. Anyway, this is the area. This is the area where your new graphics would show up. KWRI does all the stuff for holidays, right? I put that guy. If you've seen me posting on our Facebook page all the time, hey, new graphics are out for July. Bring them up in our office meetings as well. Here, I'll come to our homepage. Here they are right here, right? 4th of July, they had, for Pride Month, for the National Asian Hispanic Heritage Month, etc. Always putting out new stuff. So go to that design studio, put your holidays on there. You don't have to worry about them anymore, right? You have a holiday calendar, you can put those on. So that's a great stuff to post for content, okay? If you're still having problems coming up with content, right? Always post your listings, yes. Always post, hey, we closed the deal, yes, okay? Client testimonial, absolutely, okay? Somebody saying, hey, you did a great job for me. Here's the pages I've seen, or the teams and individual agents that I worry about. You look at their social media or their website and it looks like this. Listing, open house, close, yay us. Listing, close, yay us, okay? It's all business, no personality. I'm not gonna say that you won't get business that way, but again, we're talking about relationships, building that relationship, starting conversations, letting people know you a little bit, right? So last month, for the first time, I took it upon myself because I had a lot of people asking about it. I created a social media calendar for June. I don't know if you guys saw that on our Facebook page, but put it out there and it had all those foo-foo holidays on there, right? Foo-foo Hallmark holidays, the National Hot Dog Day and the Ice Cream Day and all that stuff. But I also had a whole bunch of real estate stuff to mirror it. So you had some choices to do, right? Between business and personal stuff so they could get to know you or at least get some fun conversations going. Okay. I find it very ironic that KWRI immediately turned around after I did that and started putting out a social media holiday, a calendar. They'd only done it once before and now they're doing it consistently. So I'm just gonna, be a little conceited and say that, hey, they picked that cue up for me. So I also posted this on our Facebook page, but if you don't have this, come to outfront.kw.com. This is a great place to come for a lot of resources for you. Okay, there's social media stuff on there. There's scripts for your phone calls as an agent. There's all kind of great stuff. And on their homepage, you can sign up for their newsletter and you get it in your inbox almost every day or every week. Okay, like I do. So they turned around, and this is the one I just posted a couple of days ago, 31 new social content ideas to try for this July. Now this one I have to give them props. The great thing about using the KWRI one, the Outfront one, is you'll see week 1, week 2, right? Week 3, week 4, all through July, all the dates. All of them have content topics that you can do. Some of them real estate related, some of them more, whimsical or fun, etc. But the great thing about this is, what's today? Today is the 7th. So July 8th, what paint colors, I'm looking to put, maybe I want to post tomorrow, right? What paint colors and countertop tile or styles are the most popular in this area? Keep your audience in the know by using trend alert graphics. I'm going to click on that link, takes me to the WeBrand library. And fingers crossed that it's actually, boom, there we go. It takes you right to the graphic that you can use, right? There we are again, right? We got postcard, there's social wide, social squares, social stories, LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts, etc. Okay, so if you get on there and it just looks like a lot, just say, okay, well, I want to do this for a social media for Facebook. There's all your square ones, okay? And you just come in here, hit the use button, and you just personalize this to yourself. Okay, that's why this one, I love this one because it's got the links in there right to the We Brand library. There's no reason that you should not have a good idea on a daily basis of what to post from now on. Between me and Outfront, you guys should have ideas every day. And if you don't, call me or email me. I will literally just text you a social media idea for the day. I do not mind helping out with that. Okay. Hopefully you don't mind some of the whimsical ones, but same thing. Here's, July 11th. It's not real estate. Share an inspirational quote. What does that have to do with real estate? Nothing. Will it get a conversation going? Probably will. Probably get some likes. Maybe people comment, oh, I love William Shakespeare. I love, who's the Virgin Atlantic guy? Richard Branson. He's one of my gurus. Love that guy. Just because I want to go to space. I want to be an astronaut. And that guy's like a pioneer, right? So it just gets conversations going, gets people, and chime in. When you get comments, make sure, please, for the love of all, chime in and start those conversations, okay? It's gonna buff up your algorithm, but really what it's gonna do is it's gonna get a conversation going, let people get to know you more. When it comes time and goes, oh man, Heather's always got those cool things. I'm looking for a house. I forgot she was a real estate agent. I should give her a call. That happens more than you think that it does, okay? So there's some great places for you guys to grab content, okay? Of course, like I said, do your listings, do the open houses, do all that, do all the business side stuff, but this can help you fill in that social media calendar, which now you can do in Outlook up to a year in advance, okay? All right, keep on rolling here. Hashtags, I have a whole other hashtag class on this. If you're interested, email me, I'll shoot you the link for it. I love that class. I think that's actually been my most popular class so far. I literally had an agent ask me, I won't say the exact words, but they said basically, what the heck is a hashtag and why do I care? Okay, there was some more colorful language in there, but we'll keep this PG-13 for today. And so it sparked a great conversation. And from that, I'm like, you know what? You're probably not the only person that wonders about that. So I did a class on hashtags and everybody was loving it. So I went ahead and I did some research for everybody. And so these are the top 2020 Instagram hashtags, okay? Not real estate specific, but right out of Instagram. But if you're posting on Instagram, I like to talk about other channels as well, not just Facebook and Twitter. You can use some of this stuff, okay? Photo of the day. Who posts photos of their homes online? Hashtag photo of the day. 792.4 million people have either used or viewed that hashtag. That's an untapped audience right there. You talk about lead generation, that's lead generation, right? Pick of the day, same thing. Okay, you might not use all these love or nature, travel, Instagram, etc. style. Summer, right? Anybody have an investment property, an Airbnb or vacation home? And who is it? Lizzie. She just walked through here earlier, right? Flipping with Lizzie. That's her handle, literally. I think for Instagram, and she started off by flipping a vacation home. Okay, so again, gang, if you want these, I will send these to you guys so you have them all. But same thing, friends, fitness, Kendra, Carter, right? Fitness guru in our own office, right? So stuff that you can use. These are the top ones from last year for Instagram, just generic terms, okay? Well, let's get a little more specific. Here are the top real estate listing general hashtags, okay? Real estate, hashtag realtor, hashtag investment, hashtag broker, hashtag FSBO, hashtag mansion, hashtag fix and flip. Say that 5 times fast. Hashtag luxury real estate. If you haven't watched that hashtag video, by the way, I had a funny Saturday Night Live skit in there with Jimmy Fallon. You know what I'm talking about? Justin Timberlake. They literally, they're doing this. Yeah, every time they hashtag, they're doing a conversation like they're talking online. So they hashtag everything. It's pretty funny. Hashtag properties, etc. Okay, I think I've got one more here. So that's general real estate hashtags. And yeah, here we go. And then these are the top 20 listing real estate hashtags. Okay, home, property for sale, sold, dream home, just listed. Okay, make sure you're using these hashtags when you're doing your posts, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Okay, that will help you tap into a market or an audience that you might not have. Now, one of the other questions I get, okay, I'll go back to, I have one more after the hashtags, but with the hashtags, how many hashtags should I put? So here's some general rules for you for the various social media platforms, okay? And then what the social media platforms are. So for Facebook, Facebook is used to connect with potential prospects, right? On a hashtag on Facebook, because most people are there to do connections and not search for specific content, 1 or 2 hashtags is fine, okay? You don't have to like blow up Facebook with a bunch of hashtags, okay? For Instagram, 15 to 20, okay? Which may seem like a lot. Instagram will actually let you put 30 hashtags on there, okay? Now, it used to be you can only put 30 hashtags in the post, And then what people were doing, businesses were doing to kind of spam everybody, they'd go and they'd start putting in comments and they put another 30 hashtags and another 30 hashtags, right? Just trying to capture everybody. So Instagram basically said, you know what, 30 period. So if your account, whether it's in the original post or you put it as a follow-up comment with the hashtags, you can put up the 30 hashtags in there, okay? Now, have people ask me, why would I want to put the hashtags as a comment, not up in the original post? Well, some people like to present a very nice, clean appearances. I've seen that a lot with people that work in the luxury homes, right? They want everything to look very meticulous, very neat, very, polished, etc. So they want the post, and maybe they'll do like a branded post, their team name or something like that. But then they'll go, and the very first comment they'll make is the next 29 to 30 hashtags that they want to throw in there, okay? Nothing wrong with doing that, all right? So that's Instagram. LinkedIn, okay? Connect with your industry professionals. 3 to 5. It's okay because people do use LinkedIn to search for stuff, specifically career and job and information related. So it's okay, 3 to 5. I've seen people do up to 10, okay? Again, if you have basic ones, hashtag KW Consultants Realty, or if you have a team name, good to put your team name on there, etc. For Twitter, a couple of hashtags on there is fine. I would say up to 5, but don't go crazy like you do on Instagram. Instagram is the big one. And then Pinterest, I'm not on Pinterest. Some people love Pinterest, swear by it. It's basically like a digital cork board, and you can do, different topics. Here's my cork board for, barbecue grilling or smoking. Here's my Pinterest board for, fashion or travel or whatever the case may be. So on that, again, people are literally there to search for information. It's okay to buff that up. This says 10 to 15. I would say 10 to 20 on Pinterest. Okay, not uncommon. All right. Okay, whoop, didn't end that yet. So back up to our last question, okay? What resources do I have for posting? We did that. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to this, what should I be posting about? That's where I want to end this up on, okay? So to do that, I kind of gave you guys some ideas on calendars, some different resources within Command, the Outfront, social media calendar, the quick posts within Command, etc. But, we talked about like the Hallmark holidays, as far as content that is not necessarily real estate related. What I challenge you guys to do, and I use this phrase, other people call it something else, is just to take a look and just jot this down on a piece of paper. Write down what your wheelhouses are. All right, that's just my particular phrase I use. Some people call it other things, but really what's important in your life, not just your business. Okay, so I'll take you through mine. My business, okay, I'm in real estate, I have a travel business. So, those are my business stuff: travel, real estate, realtor, rental properties, Airbnbs. That's something I hope to break into in the future, do vacation properties, okay? And health and fitness, which I'll get into more for business stuff, okay? Your life's passions. And these aren't the only categories. You can create your own category. These are just the ones that I did, all right? So again, with travel, OSU football, I'm a huge Buckeye fan. My wife and I both love cooking. We watch cooking shows. I'm the grill master in the house. We're foodies. We love going out to new restaurants and trying great new places, especially when we're traveling around. Movies, music. I'm that guy you want to take to trivia night with you. I guarantee you. Okay. Used to do karaoke. Like I swear, when I got in the Navy, I dumped all my nuclear engineering information. I filled it all up with like pop culture trivia. Okay, and I'm okay with that. Our church, you mentioned before, pets. We're dog and cat lovers. And obviously, as your tech director, I love tech. And I'm not just talking on the computer. I mentioned the cameras are another. I love photography and videography. So cameras, video cameras, things like that, of that nature. I've got a brand new drone at home. I haven't even broke out yet. I'm dying to do this summer. So activities and lifestyles. What do you enjoy doing, right? And then your hobbies. Hiking. I've been doing yoga for about 5 years now. Health, wellness, and nutrition. I do stand-up paddleboard. I went from yoga, and I've been on vacation a few times seeing people doing stand-up paddleboard. I didn't think I was healthy enough to do it, but my yoga instructors taught yoga on a paddleboard. So I learned how to paddleboard first, and then I learned how to do yoga on a paddleboard, and it's so much fun. Snow skiing. Just went to New Mexico for a trip for that. Had a blast. Hobbies, right? I've got 2 teenage boys. They love video gaming, so dad gets in there and plays with them. Photography, videography. And personal and professional development has always been a huge thing of mine, probably even more so later in life, okay? So those are kind of my different wheelhouses and what I categorize underneath them. So if you're looking for content, I know for a fact, Troy and Ashley Marsh do the same thing, okay? I actually had a class on this last year. It was great. And they talked about all their different, I can't remember if it's called it wheelhouses or something else, but they have their kids. So they're involved heavily in the hockey. Absolutely love hockey, the hockey leagues. They are big travelers as well. They love snow skiing. I know he just went out to Colorado, I think a couple times with Ash and the boys and everything. So these are great things to post about, yes. But back to those Facebook groups, which have really been blown up the last year or two. I talked about the networking for the different suburbs. These are areas that you can tap in as well. I'm in about 7 different Facebook paddleboard groups, yoga groups. I'm a veteran, so I'm not doing it now, but for about 2.5, almost 3 years, I was the yoga coordinator for my Team RWB, my local veterans group. That we do a lot of community outreach and activities just to help, improve the lives of our veterans. Okay. So all those different things that you love, it's going to be different for every one of you. So again, I can't tell you exactly what to do, but take these categories or make your own, find out what you love, what you're passionate about, or what you'd like to get into, right? In life, maybe you got some hopes and aspirations for the future, and start posting about this stuff, get discussions going. You're going to talk about it online because it's stuff you're passionate about, right? And plug into those groups on Facebook as well. And gang, this can become your untapped market. This could become lead generation from you, not from necessarily saying a real estate thing, but because it's stuff we love to talk about. Yeah.
When you're tapping into the groups, are you doing it like, especially through your hobbies and stuff like that, you do it outside on your personal page, right? So
I do those on both.
Okay.
Yeah. Like for my travel thing, I mean, there's a lot of things, again, not plugging that, but for my travel stuff, food, anything active, related, some of the vacation home stuff. I mean, that all groups into that. But if it doesn't, it's okay to do that on your personal stuff as well, to get into that. But at some point in time, your hopes and aspirations are to turn that maybe to a real estate related conversation. Yeah. So it's okay to do a mix of those, or if you just literally want to go all business, it's okay to do that. But I think on a personal level, you may actually gain more traction getting into groups like that. Some of the groups too, they have qualifying questions, and they won't actually allow business pages to get on there, or they're telling you you cannot advertise or post. They'll tell you in like, their little page rules.
That's what I
Right?
wondered about. That was
Yeah.
a question I can ask later, but it's, legally, what can you?
It's not even a legality about it. It's literally whoever the control, or excuse me, the group administrator or coordinator is that's created the group. They can basically set those rules, and they have administrative rights to kick people out. So what I would do is I get conversations going, and if you even see it swinging that way, I would just say to the person, or send them a direct message, a private message,
Mhm.
or say, hey, why don't you send me a DM? I'd love to talk to you about this. Don't even bring it up in there, because then you can risk getting booted. And I've seen people do that. And honestly, if I administer several groups on Facebook, I've had to kick people out because they were going in there and like plugging businesses and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, but again, gang, it's a great way to get in there and reach an untapped market for lead generation as well. Okay. And again, I love doing this as far as attraction marketing, because again, this is the stuff that you love and care about anyway. So you know how they always say, you're not working. If you do what you love, it's never a job, right? It's never work. And so this is the kind of stuff, like, I don't even mind talking after hours about paddleboarding or, any of this stuff that I have on here. Okay. All right. So I think, gang, that is everything that I have. Let me just make sure. I'm going to bounce over to command. There were definitely some things I wanted to show. Okay, so we did the campaigns. Get back to that. Okay, just a refresher. So we have the quick post there that you can do for ideas. This is also where you can see the different accounts that you're connected to, like we did in our settings. So for your paid ads, and then over here for your social posts, to make sure you're posting to the right ones. Also, if you want more resources, down at the bottom of these quick tips, there's some training stuff. This literally will just link you over to the training page, and it's got a lot more social media tips on there for you as well. So feel free to do that. You can turn on these advanced tips up at the top, and it'll actually start putting better tips over here for you. One of the that I was literally going to bring this up earlier when we showed the thing, emojis, right? Little smiley faces, thumbs up, 100%, etc. For some reason, when you do posts and ads, those posts get more traction and more interaction than any other. It might be because it's an eye catcher. Who knows what it is? Maybe it puts people in a good mood. I don't know, but that is a tip as well. So if you're doing stuff, start doing some emojis. If you haven't done emojis, don't go crazy. Don't do 30 hashtags and 30 emojis. You don't need all that. Then they're going to look at that and go, oh my gosh, what is David even thinking? Okay. But gang, I think that's it for now. Does anybody have any questions? Let me check the chat here real quick. See if we got anything. Nope, we're good. Aaron, Joe, any questions from you guys? Radio silence. Okay, Joe says no, thank you. All right. All right, well, cool, gang. Yeah.
Also, one more question.
Sure.
So if you see a post from, let's say, CBR or Realtor.com, you know, Realtor.com that you want to share, will
Okay.
it have like on that website? Is that where it says whether or not you can, I guess, reshare that on your?
Okay,
page?
so great question,
Yeah.
guys. If you guys couldn't hear online, the question is, maybe there's a post that you see and you want to share it. It's not your original
Right.
content, but you want to share it. So should you share it and are there legalities to sharing it? Okay. Pretty much anything that's online, you're going to be able to share. The key part is because of the way the algorithms work, they prefer it and it will work better for you to increase, your exposure to your audience if you can post the original content anytime that you can. Now you can't always do that, right? So what I would do is if you see somebody and maybe like CBRE, they posted a video and it's great about commercial real estate. I thought, oh, this would be great for Troy Favish in his group. So I just shared Troy's post. I'm not going to get a whole lot of traction on that in the algorithm because I'm putting somebody else's content out there and they want original content. However, what I can do is I can click on the link, nothing against Troy, but I can click on the link that Troy put, go to the original news article or go to the original YouTube video, grab that URL, and then go create your own original post. That will actually get more traction in your algorithm than sharing another person's post. That's why we also, even though different social media, that brings up another great question. A lot of the social media channels have a share button and I could take something on Facebook and share it on LinkedIn. I could take it on LinkedIn and I can put it over on Instagram. Same scenario, gang. You can't always do it, so don't let it stop you if you can't. But anytime that you can get to an original newspaper article or like an online article to an original YouTube video, or even download something. I hate to do it, but I steal graphics from people all the time. I tell them I'm considerate enough to like their post and say, hey, I'm stealing this. If you've ever seen people say that, most people say, oh yeah, go right ahead, to let them know I snag that graphic and I go post it as an original thing. Sometimes, especially on Instagram, I'll even tag them and give them credit. Thanks so-and-so for this great article, but I'm posting the original picture, and there's apps for that, right? Isn't that a phrase? Hey, there's an app for that. For those of you on Instagram, you can see my Instagram here. There's an app. I'll put my phone up here, right there. Next to my Instagram, you can see what's called repost. Go look for the repost app, okay? Anytime that you're in Instagram, let me pop that open real quick. There's 3 little dots on every post, and when you click on it, it brings up a menu. Okay, for those of you, again, you can see right there, it says copy link. As soon as I copy that link and I have another app or program like this repost, oops, get in there. Oh, I'm still in my last one. There we go. It literally copies the original photograph in high definition. That's the key too. Don't get this, sometimes when you copy, ever notice you get like the pixelated or the low res version. And you can get videos this way too. That's why I love this app. So I can actually steal other people's videos. And when I do, I tell them on the post and then I give them credit. But whenever I use this app, but this way I can get the high resolution graphics and I can get original videos because videos are hard to get. Okay, you go to YouTube and you can't even download a video. I can get the original link from YouTube, but I can't necessarily like download the MP4 file or, et cetera. So that's a great way to do that. There's all kinds of apps like that. That one just tends to be the one that I've enjoyed.
He asked
What app is that? Oh, okay, hang on, Aaron. That is it's the repost app. I'm gonna try and put, sorry, I'm gonna try and put, right there, it looks like the little 2 circular arrows. That's how you know it's the right logo. It's called repost. And that one's for Instagram. There's other ones for Facebook or LinkedIn or other ones. You can just search your app store, search the internet for that, okay? So hopefully you can see that okay, Aaron. All right, great questions, guys, great questions. Any other ones? Anything spark any ideas?
No, I will, I noticed that some of my social media platforms weren't connecting and I was trying
Okay.
to like disconnect, reconnect. So when I come to
From
that, I'm
within
gonna-
command, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay,
and so I'll text you later.
Okay.
If it's not gonna work, I'm gonna pull it up my PC.
okay,
and
yeah,
see.
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, gang, I'm gonna pop this up there. I think I went to it earlier, but we weren't done yet. So just want to remind everybody, I am here for you guys. My time is your guys. If you don't have my Calendly link, say that 5 times fast. You can either email me and I'll send it to you, or just go to the kwcresources.com. Again, kwcresources.com. That's the webpage that Angela set up. It's got all your agent resources. My schedule link is on there. My email, davidsatterfield@kw.com, Or even though, I know that work bleeds over into the weekend sometimes, so I always tell everybody, there's my cell phone. Feel free to call me or text me if you'd like to. If I can't get a hold or get to you right away, even during the work week, if I'm on an appointment or training like this, my phone was literally just, I got about 8 messages to go catch up on. Then I will definitely get back to you within the day, within 24 hours, okay? Because I know things get stressful sometimes, or you get in an urgent situation or whatever. Yeah, but feel free to contact me anytime, so,
I
okay?
want to give David props because he does answer his phone if he
Right.
can. Yes.
I do, I
And
do.
it's really very helpful.
Thank you for that, Heather. I appreciate that. All right, gang. Well, thank you for coming. This is awesome to have people in the class again. For those of you, keep an eye on the training schedule. Troy Marsh and I'll check the date, but we have a joint, we're doing a mastermind session on Facebook ads coming up. So I'm gonna hit it from the tech side, and Troy's gonna hit it from the agent side. And so kind of like we did, I don't know if you guys were on my Ash Marsh class, we did open houses. And I'm trying to do a lot more trainings like that, where you guys can get it from both the tech side and the business side. So it puts the pieces together, I think that's really helpful for you guys. So keep an eye out for that one. That's coming up soon. And the rest of our summer schedule we'll have out here soon as well. So, okay.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it,
Thanks for
David.
coming. Thanks to all you guys online. Appreciate you. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Joe.
I bet you've done that a time or two, David.
What's that?
This class.
Is that no?
No, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've done different versions of it, but it's our social media 101. No. this is
Oh my
really-
goodness, number one, you
Yeah.
did great.
Thank
Well, it's
you.
not your first time speaking. in
That's
front
the
of
key,
people,
yeah.
and-
You know what, my biggest advantage, I took
Just
4 years
assign
of
you
drama
sheet
in
for
high
him.
school.
Oh,
So
yeah.
from a kid, I have never had any fear whatsoever
Yeah,
about like being
yeah.
in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
I had a semi-professional karaoke career for a while, so,
Oh my God, you and my husband would know very well.
right?
That's the Asian in it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, they love it. They
Yeah.
love it.
We
Yeah.
actually had a karaoke machine, I think, at
remember that.
Brooke.
Did
Do you have a
really?
karaoke machine?
No, I do not have that.
Oh, well,
But I
Father's
do
Day is
have
already
friends
passed.
from my high school group still. And there's some apps online where you can connect with other people, like
Oh.
videos and stuff. I forget what it's called, but I have not gone that route
Oh.
yet. So, yeah, or probably in real life, so.
No, this was
Oh, thank
great.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you
that.
so much.
That was awesome. You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Very informative,
Excellent.
fueled my marketing fire.
That's what I love to do more than anything, is like I said, throw a log on it. Get
Oh,
some
yeah.
ideas
Yeah,
going
hopefully
about,
I
like,
retain a fourth of it. No, I'm.
well, and
working
even if
on
I don't
50-76,
retain, hit me
right.
up and say, hey, David, we talked about
I
this.
know, I
I'm
want to
ready
make
do
sure,
it,
because I
but
know I've tried and then it like won't connect.
call
I'm
her
like,
now.
why? So I'll look into it
Okay.
and if it doesn't, I'll text you.
Yeah, definitely
Tell
hit me up
me
sometime.
what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Or it could just be glitching out on you too, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Do more of these. I'll see you later.
All right, have a good, thanks for
Yeah.
coming. Enjoy your
Which one
week.
did you send me yesterday?
Should have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are like, I think ready to go pretty quick.
Okay.
I'll see.
Ooh.
It's gonna be right in December. But that was- Just looking for like. Something that doesn't exist for our price range. The people that I just introduced you to, they're the ones that called me on that. They're the sign called from East Dashboard. That they're like, hey, we wanna go see the home, so show them the home. Then they text me that night, like, yeah, we wanna go see it again with our agent tomorrow. Then I get a text a couple days ago, like, hey, we want to switch.
That was an
realtors."
email from yesterday? I'm sorry, which one was that?
No, they,
Oh, the one you sent me.
no, the ones that I just introduced you to.
Yeah.
So they reached out to me last week, like, hey, we want to go see your listing.
Oh.
Yeah, we saw your sign. Okay, meet you there tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. We talked about it and everything, like, yeah, we're pretty interested. Hey, we want to go see with our realtor tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So anyways, so then like 5 days goes by and they just text me yesterday. And they're like, hey, we want to switch roles, we'd like to work with you.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought that was you doing the console.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they're the old timeline or the timeline. Sounds like, I don't know, I'll keep going. And I just had the consult with the maintenance guy and his fiance last night.